Hello and welcome to the 4th episode of the Knowledge Hoard, an informative hamster podcast. I'm Nibbles. Today's episode is about hamster wheels. In the wild, hamsters can run for miles on end. They average 5.5 miles, that's 9 kilometers in the wild. There's simply no way we can provide enough for domesticated space to burn off that amount of energy without a wheel. Hamsters who use wheels have also been shown to have better cellular respiration in muscle and bone tissue and less visceral fat, which could otherwise build up in the arteries and cause cardiovascular issues. Just like with humans, wheels help hamsters exercise and burn off energy, which keeps them healthy and prevents them from becoming overweight. It's important you choose a wheel that is large enough for a hamster to run without their back bending, which could otherwise cause back pain and issues later in life. It could also prevent them using their wheel. According to a study in 2005, hamsters were shown to vastly prefer larger wheels over smaller ones, 18 out of 20. In addition, when the larger wheel was locked, the amount of time spent running decreased, and when the larger wheel opened back up, one of the hamsters even converted over to the larger wheel. Now that we know why hamsters need wheels, it's important that we understand what qualities a wheel needs to have, since a hamster will run on its wheel for miles each day. A hamster needs a high-quality, durable, safe wheel. Getting a wheel is not as simple as walking into the pet shop and buying the first wheel you see. Whichever wheel you choose, it's important it has each of the 4 qualities: size, ease of spinning, material, and quietness. The first quality is size. It's really important that we choose a large wheel for hamsters. Here are the generally accepted minimums. Syrians, 10 inches, 25.4 centimeters. Hybrids and Chinese hamsters, 8 inches, that's 20.32 centimeters. And Nibbles, 6 inches, which is 10.24 centimeters. However, these sizes are the absolute minimums and generally only work for the smaller members of their species. Here are the recommended sizes. Syrians, 11 to 12 inches, that's 27.94 to 30.48 centimeters. Hybrids and Chinese hamsters, 10 inches, which is 25.4 centimeters. And Robos, 8 inches, that's 20.32 centimeters. However, these sizings do not apply to every single hamster. Some may need a larger wheel or be able to push an even larger wheel. Remember, as long as your hamster can push the wheel, the larger the wheel, the better. The next quality we need to consider is ease of spinning. If the wheel will not spin smoothly and with ease, then the wheel is not suitable and simply will not do its job. Another important thing we need to consider is material. You need a solid surface wheel. It can have ridges, but should be completely free of any gaps or holes. This means we have to avoid any mesh or wire wheels. Not only is it painful for hamsters to run on, it can cause a bacterial infection called bumblefoot, which is often caused by excessive walking and running on a mesh or barred surface, because those surfaces often cut and scrape their feet, which is an easy entry route for bacteria. We should also avoid any sandpaper and nail tracks, as hamsters have very sensitive feet. These can cause bumblefoot as well. The last thing we need to consider is quietness. This isn't a necessity for a hamster, but rather more preference for humans. Remember that your hamster is going to be running on there for miles every single night. Not all people are going to find the sound of hamster wheel disturbing or irritating, though. If you do dislike the sound, it's important that you get a silent wheel rather than taking your hamster's wheel out of their cage. As mentioned before, hamsters are extremely active animals. Taking away their wheel will deprive them of their only source of exercise and can have bad effects on their health. There are so many silent wheels on the market. We will list a few and link them in the description. Some great silent wheels are Night Angel wheels, Carolina Storm Express wheels, the Silent Runner, and the Silent Sprinter. Another thing you may have heard of are flying saucers. Now, these aren't flying alien spaceships. A flying saucer is a round plastic disc-shaped object that your hamster can run on. It's set at a bit of an odd angle and slanted. But are flying saucers safe? This is a highly debated topic, and we will only briefly discuss it as it is such a large topic. Flying saucers are said to have a more natural running position and do not curve a hamster's back like the traditional wheel in a U shape. However, flying saucers have also been known to bend hamsters back in a C shape. We personally feel that flying saucers should not be used as a complete substitute to an upright standing wheel, but since there are so many pros and cons to each wheel, why not try both? We will make sure to leave some links to articles about flying saucers in the description so you can make up your mind. Please let us know in the comments or Google form if you would like an episode dedicated to talking about flying saucers. In conclusion, never use wheels that bend a hamster's back, have any gaps or holes, or ones that are made of metal bars or mesh. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Knowledge Hoard as usual. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to fill out the Google form linked in the description. Thank you so much for listening. This is Nibbles signing off.